Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the video lecture in Java language. The topic that we will be discussing today is input and output statements. The output function has a syntax System.out.println or print or printf. And the system, which stated in the syntax, is a class defined by the developer. This predefined, it is there in the library. Here we say Java utility package. Inside that we have all the classes and the functions which are predefined, which is developed by the developer. And the out is a field which accepts the output data, and it is public, meaning it is accessible to all the classes inside the program, and it is static also, which means it does not need any object or instance to get invoked. And we have a simple program explaining the output function. Here we have a class name, assignment operator, and we have the main function and the System.out.println, which is the output function, which will print something that we give inside the double quotes, and the string which we need to print in the output screen needs to be enclosed within that is the double quotes. Yes, and then we have the semicolon to end the statement, output statement here. And then the following program after execution will print Java programming is interesting in the output screen. And the differences between print line, print, and printf is that the print line will print the string enclosed within the double quotes, and the cursor moves to the next line, whereas the print will print in the string within the double quotes and the cursor remains in the same line, which meaning something that follows the next line. If there is there's some statement inside the program, that will be printed in the same line because the cursor remains in the same line, right? So we have another function, printf, which is similar to the C language printf statements, which meaning we need to enclose the statements, the string data, within double quotes, and we need to have a comma, and then we have to pass the arguments. And we need to specify the format specifiers like %t if we need to pass the integer arguments. And we have the differences between these three with a simple program. We have a class, then the class name output, and we have the main function, and with that we have the 4 statements. Output statements needs to be printed. We have the first 2 stating print line, which will print something enclosed within the double quotes. Yes, so in the first statement, after the line gets executed, we have on the output screen one print line, and after executing that line, the cursor moves to the next line, and we have this statement System.out.println to print line, which gets executed and prints on the output screen to print line. And we have System.out.print. So now the cursor, after printing that, moves to the next line, and one print will get printed, and the cursor remains in the same line because it is print now here, so it will be remaining the same line, and the next line get executed and 2 print will be printed in the same line. And here you need to note one thing, that the basic structure of the Java follows that we need to have a class definition initially. Before that, if we have any packages that needs to be included, we can have that by using the keyword import. And then the line of execution starts from the main function. Yes, and then line by line it will get executed, and if any time if there is a loop or function call, then at that time the line of control will move to that particular line, and that block gets executed, and it after that execution it will continue from where it left. So this is how it works. And then we have the output, as I have stated. Now you see the output. The print line will print something and the cursor moves to the next line. After that we had one more function, system dot this thing in print line, so that got printed, so the next line, and then the cursor moves to the next line, and then we had two more output function in the program, so that is of print type, so it got printed in the same line. And then we have input statement. To get input from the user, use the object scanner class, which is predefined. It is there in the Java utility package. So if you want to use that in your program, you need to import it. So, and also this scanner class needs an object to invoke it. So this time we will be going to create an object for the scanner class, because in the previous output function it is static, it doesn't need any object to get invoked. But in this case, the scanner class needs an object in order to call the function, and the function to get executed, we need to use the object. So initially you have to create an object for the scanner class, then you need to do the things that we'll be going to discuss. Yes. So here we will be importing the scanner class by using the keyword import, and it has to be in the first line of the program before the class definition. Import java.util.scanner. So this is how it goes: import java.util.scanner. So let's discuss the before slide, but the coding. And you see we have created an object for the scanner class. After import function statement, we have to do as below. It is scanner input, meaning we need to create an object. For that, the syntax is class name, object name is equal to new keyword, and then the class name. So here the class name is scanner, and we have the object name as input here. It is user defined, you can give your own, and is equal to new is a keyword for creating an object. We need to use this keyword, and then comes the class name scanner, and inside that we need to pass the arguments. For scanner class is accepts an argument system.in, and int as a data type, and number variable is equal to input.nextInt. So this is how we will be getting values entered by the user through the input device keyboard. Yes, this object will accept the input value passed by the user. NextInt is used to accept integer values from the user. Since the program has to accept integer value, we have a variable to which we have assigned the value that is entered by the user. So this object will accept the entered input value from the user and assigns to the variable number. And we have one more program. Let's discuss. So let me consolidate and tell you. Firstly, you need to import the scanner class from the Java utility package. Like we will be having include in C language, we will be including the other files from the C library. Likewise, we need to import scanner class, which is predefined in the Java utility package. For that, the syntax is keyword import and then java.util.scanner, and then the class definition goes class name, main function, and then we need to create an object for the scanner class which says scanner. This object name is user defined. You can create have as you like. Here the program, in this program, it has the object name input is equal to new, which is the keyword, and then the scanner. Here we have passed system.in. This particular argument we need to pass when the class is scanner, and to the scanner class we have created an object. So using this object you have to accept the user which he inputs. So we have the statement System.out.print, which says enter an integer. It's an information for the user to input a value, and then we have a number, a variable of integer data type, to which we will be assigning the user input value. The object will now accept the user value and it assigns to the variable, and that variable we are going to print it in the next line. So you entered plus is a concatenating operator in Java language which will join these two, the string and the argument, that is the variable which is going to get printed. And then we have input.close, which is closing the object. So whenever we create an object, it allocates a memory in the RAM. In order to deallocate the space in the RAM, we need to close the function, close the object. In order to close the object, we use the close function. Yes, so object name dot close, opening and closing parenthesis, the syntax. So we have here the object input. So input we need to give and then dot close. So this is how we need to code for the input function in order to accept value from the user. If you want to get a value from the user, yes, and then here in this we have the object dot next into accept integer value from the user. I have told you. So likewise we have next long for accepting long value, next float for accepting float value, and next double for accepting double value, and next string for accepting string values. So this is an activity, you can try it on your own. If you have any doubts, please comment below. To reverse a string, you please try this. And we have a string builder which is predefined in the library. To reverse a string, we don't need to apply logics here. We can use that from the utility package. And then the key points to be discussed for this particular topics. And then here the quiz goes. Which of the following is not a fundamental principle of object-oriented programming? We know polymorphism, encapsulation, and inheritance are the concepts. Encapsulation means if we have the data and the methods bind together within the same block in a program, then we say that particular concept is encapsulation. And polymorphism is using a function for different purposes. Yes, and inheritance is inheriting the properties, that is the methods in the data from one class to another class. Yes, then the another class from which it is derived becomes the subclass or derived class or the child class, and from which it gets inherited is called the parent class, the superclass, or the base class. And the compilation is not the fundamental principle of object-oriented language, so compilation is the answer. And we have which of the following features of the object-oriented programming allows a subclass to inherit properties and behaviors from a superclass? Of this concept we know inheritance. So we have inheritance, and which of the following is not considered a Java buzzword? Buzzword means feature. So Java feature, which is not a Java feature here, Java is simple, it is dynamic, and it is portable. And flexible is something that is not to this point. So flexible is the answer. So portable, Java is a portable language, meaning it can be used in the cross platforms. It can be used across many operating systems, Linux, Windows, Mac, etc. And which of the following is a feature of Java programming language? So Java is a platform independent language, and it is a case sensitive language. So A and B is not the answers, and Java supports both object-oriented and procedural programming. That is true. And Java does not support exception handling is false. Actually, Java supports exception handling. And so the answer is C. And which of the following is the correct way to declare an array of integers in Java? In Java, if we need to declare an array, then we need to follow the syntax, something that is given in A and B. Both are A and C. Both are right, because here we have the data type, the array name is equal to, for creating an array also we need to use new keyword, and then the data type mentioning the size of the array. So in A and C they have constructed in that way, so it is correct. Both are correct. But B, there the size of the array is not mentioned, so that way we shouldn't. So D is the answer.